I wasn't planning on doing a full video on this car, but the repair was kind of interesting, so here we are. This is a 1994 Pontiac Firebird. Very cool car. Old school V8, rear-wheel drive, straight rear axle, and a community that loves them. There is a ton of information on the forums. A lot of it from people who have done their own research and put the information out there for everybody to use. This car is definitely not stock. It has a bunch of upgrades, a Vortex supercharger, 1.6 rocker arms, headers, full exhaust, ignition upgrades, Willwood brakes, nice wide wheels, and the list goes on. This was my comment as I was looking over the car for the first time. It'll be a fun test drive. I mean, not too fun, but it'll be fun. The car had been sitting for a while and wouldn't start. There was also a list of odds and ends like a headlight motor, alternator, spark plugs, spark plug wires, and a few other things to work on. First things first, the no starting issue. Even when jump starting this car, it was cranking really slow and just not acting right. Everything bypassed. Look at the battery. Using this battery direct to the starter. Okay, here we go. Crank's good. Yay! These cars have their own anti-theft system, and all that checked out. But this car had an aftermarket alarm system, and the ignition signal wasn't making it through. The alarm system was extremely old, so we just bypassed it. I got the ignition box moved so it wouldn't rub on the hood anymore, and moved on to the spark plug wires. Doing spark plug wires on an Optispark engine is kind of interesting because the distributor cap is on the front of the engine behind the water pump. The spark plug wires go around the front of the engine, behind all of the accessory drive and pulleys, and then back to the spark plugs. On this car, the spark plug wires had popped loose out of their holders and were being slowly cut through by the accessory drive pulleys. The supercharger changes the layout on the front of the engine, so routing your wires can be a little different. The headers make a lot of heat on this engine, so we used heat shield on the wires to keep them safe. With the car up and running, we had a misfire. It seemed like a single cylinder, and I needed to figure out which one. First, I tried to use exhaust port temperature, but for some reason these headers mask the effect of the dead cylinder, and the temperatures just weren't that different. I popped all the clips off of the injector connectors so that I could pull them as the car was running. I put the car on the lift, started it up, put it in a high gear to put a little load on the engine, and started pulling the injector connectors one by one. Cylinder 6 stood out as the one that didn't really change as I pulled the injector. I tested spark with a spark tester, like these ones, and the spark was really weak. I suspected it might be something inside the cap, since these caps are built a little bit different. So I pulled the Optispark out and started testing. On an Optispark, the even spark plug wires are on the left side of your screen, and the odd spark plug wires are on the right side of your screen. But inside, the electrodes go in the firing order. And then there's traces inside the cap that lead from the electrodes inside to the corresponding spark plug wire outside. I checked for continuity between the two number 6 electrodes while flexing the cap to see if anything would change, and nothing did. Then I noticed this little mark on the inside of the distributor, and another mark on the metal sensor shield one layer below that. And these marks line up exactly with where the number 6 electrode is on the inside of the cap. So the cause of our weak spark and our misfire was a pinhole spark leak grounding out to the metal shield inside the distributor itself. There were good records for this car, so I was able to see that this Optispark had been changed out a few years ago, but it was only 3,500 miles of driving ago. My best guess is that there's some kind of casting flaw in the plastic, a tiny pinhole, and the spark leaked through, slowly burning away and making the hole bigger until it became a dead short. Out with the old Optispark and in with the new. We went to one of your well-known online parts retailers and got one of their house brand Optispark replacements. You do have to take quite a few things off this engine to get the Optispark out, including the water pump. So here's your basic parts pile for doing a distributor. Gratuitous bore scope video, just double checking number 1 cylinder top dead center. We got everything put back together and it runs perfect. We swapped over the racing tires for street tires, cleaned up the car, and sent it home.
It's a lot easier when it's not a convertible and you're trying to be really careful not to get it on the interior.
Corvette is jealous. Did my wife know that she signed up for camera operator duties when she married me? The world may never know. Set up on a charger and all tucked away for the winter.